Hey everybody, I'm Becky Adams. Thanks for stopping by my YouTube channel today. Today I have a layout that I am creating mostly from the new Dear Lizzie from American Crafts Lovely Day collection. I pulled a few older products in as well, but the main part of my layout is going to be from that collection. So I have one photo that I've got to scrapbook today. It is of my kids and a few of my nephews and my niece on a summer bike ride. These are the products that I've pulled that I want to work with. So these are both from the Lovely Day collection. I've got the accent and phrase stickers and then the die cut shapes. And then these are a little bit older. They're both Dear Lizzie, but they're thickers that I've pulled to work with. These are quite old, and these aren't, probably from a year or so ago. So I'm going to try and work a few of those in, and then I have some bits of pattern paper here from the collection. And instead of trimming off the branding strip, I trimmed off just an equal amount off the other side, so a ½ inch off of the top instead of the bottom. And I want to use it with the branding strip on this side. But as you can see, when I painted it, my paper buckled quite a bit. So I was just going to show you really quickly. It's not going to go back into perfect shape, but this will help a little bit. So I have this piece of cardstock that I have had in my stash for a long time, and it's not a color that I would typically use. And so what I did was I just cut a ½ inch off either side so that I have a ¼ inch border all the way around. And I'm just taking some red sticky tape. This is from American Crafts. You can get some with American Crafts, and you can also get some with Thermal Web. I'll make sure and put the link in the video description below. And as you can see, I'm just putting several strips of this onto my cardstock. And then after I remove the backing here, set that aside, then I'm going to just adhere this to the cardstock. And you got to be careful, because once this sticky tape sticks down, it's there. It's not moving anywhere. So you can see there's still quite a bit of buckling. In fact, it's creased my paper a little bit, but I'm just going to go with that. I don't want to start over, and I'll just make it work. So I am thinking that the majority of my layout is going to be over here, and then I want to finish some things off with the embellishments and possibly the title over here. So I've cut this mat, and this pattern paper comes from the Lovely Day collection, but it is from the 12 by 12 paper pad, so that's why there's only one side on it. I've pre-stitched around it just with my sewing machine. I'm using some easy tear tape from Thermal Web. Anyway, so I'm just going to adhere that right along there. I have these tags that I fussy cut these from the paper pad as well. And I'm going to go ahead and trim off the bottom portion of the tags, because I'm not going to use them on this project. So I'll go ahead and save them for another project. So I'm just going to tuck these tags into place. Okay, so I've got my 3 tags there in place. Now over here on the edge, I'm going to adhere some pattern papers. And I'm going to do that with my easy tear tape again, just because my background paper is a little bit difficult to work with today. So I've got that in place there, and then I've got one more strip of pattern paper that I wanted to put in between these 2 blue strips. Okay, and then I wanted to add a little bit of color here below my photo mat. This is where, in fact, we'll just go ahead and adhere the photo as well. And then I'm going to go ahead and add a little bit more color here under the photo. And I really like the colors on this pattern paper. I wasn't necessarily looking for a lot of flowers on this page because it's got mostly boys in the photo, so I wasn't looking for a lot of florals, pardon me, but I still like the color. So I'm just going to go ahead and adhere that right under the photo. And then right on top of that, I'm going to put this little pop of yellow. So now that I've got my photo in place, I think I'm going to go ahead and put my title down. The title that I've picked out for this layout is The Best Summer Ever. And I'm actually going to, so I get these lined up correctly, I'm going to pull my laser square in here. And if you haven't seen this before, this is by We Are Memory Keepers. And it's got a ruler on both sides of the square here. And then I hope you can see it on camera, that red light that's moving up and down. When you move this little blue arrow here, it just puts a laser, red line of light across whatever you've got, so across my layout. And so I'm just going to put that down so that I can get my title adhered straight without using a ruler, which I am thrilled about, because if you know me, and my husband can tell you this, I'm terrible at measuring, like really, really bad at measuring. And so this laser square has become my best friend. I use it on almost everything that I make these days. Okay, so now I have my title in place. I want to make sure that I have enough room before I get too much further in for my journaling. So there's a bit of journaling that goes with this that I typed out on my Typecast typewriter. And that's another fun tool from We Are Memory Keepers. And actually, you know what, I'm going to set this aside. And I'm just going to make sure, since my journaling really is going to take up this entire space, I don't feel like it needs to be perfectly lined up. So I'm just starting at the bottom and working my way up with this, depending on how my journaling fits on a layout. Usually I start from the top, but since I know that I only have this much, I don't have a lot of space, I'm gonna start at the bottom, because if I started up here and then got down here and realized I had 2 strips left over, I'm in trouble and I would have to take it all off and start over again. But if I start down here and work my way up, even if I have a strip that overlaps this or even goes into my photo, it's not a big deal. Okay, so now I've got my journaling in place, my photo in place, my title in place. I wanted to do just a little bit of embellishing. This page is already feeling a little busy for me, but I feel like I need a little bit right down here in the corner, and to make kind of a visual triangle of colors. So the first one being up here, then right in here, and then I want a bit right in here. So I've pulled a few embellishments. I think that this bike is really cute and obviously fitting because it's a layout about bike riding. So I was thinking that I could create a cluster of embellishments down here. I should mention that this little tag here came from, this goes with the Lovely Day collection, And there are 40 adhesive tickets in this package, and there's, you can see there the tickets. These are what the tickets look like, and then they're just repeated, of course. So there's lots of rose gold accents in with that. And this ticket is what I'm going to use to anchor my embellishment cluster that's here at the bottom. So I'm just going to go ahead and peel the backing off of that ticket, and I do want to make sure that I have this straight, so I'm going to grab my laser level again, and then I'm going to go ahead and throw in a little bit more of this yellow, and I think I just want a couple little things to finish this one off. I'm going to go ahead and add the date with this date stamp, and I'm going to put the date right here below the bike. And this is an older, let's see, this is a Dear Lizzie date stamp. And I'm just going to ink half of it because I don't really have room for the sentiment that goes along with it. So I've got the date in place, and then I think I just want to add a few sprinkles of spray mist. And I've got two colors here. These are both Heidi Swapp Color Shine. One is teal and one is navy blue. I'm just going to go ahead and use a paper towel to cover up my photo to make sure that I don't get any drops of mist on my photo. Okay, and so with that, I'm going to call this one finished. So thank you again for stopping by my YouTube channel. I appreciate all of your sweet comments and questions, and I appreciate you watching my videos. So thank you again for hanging around with me today, and I will see you again soon.